Welcome, Mascha.
Thank you, Stacy. This is so exciting. Thank you. It's an honor.
It's an honor to chat with you. So I know that my audience and your audience would be super interested in learning a little bit about your background and how you got into nutrition and where you're at today a little bit. Do you want to share that?
Yes. I discovered nutrition in college. I was starting to get a little interested in it before, but I really fell in love with nutritional science while doing my undergrad at UW-Madison. And I just saw that it was this field that had so many different opportunities, that I could do so many different things. And at that time, I was already getting really interested in potentially doing international work, international development work. And I saw this as a path to doing that. So did my undergrad in nutritional science dietetics, and then I did a combined MPH, Master's in Public Health at UCLA, and my internship at the VA. So that kind of set me up to do a lot of different things, including the international work that I was really passionate about.
Yeah, I love reading your LinkedIn profile and of course your Instagram stuff. And I've really been struck by all the amount of work that you've done and how international you are. And it made me wonder if that's sort of your breadth of traveling and how much traveling you've done has really been able to open up your opportunities and see where you can provide some value. So that was really interesting to learn. I learned that you do a lot of work with brands and you're an academy spokesperson. And tell me a little bit how you got started working with brands.
After spending 5 years doing international aid work in Africa, which was all focused on health and nutrition, mostly on prevention of malnutrition in children and women, I came back and I pivoted and started my private practice. I'm still involved with some organizations in Africa. That's a huge passion of mine, but I'm no longer doing that full time. I decided to pivot, to start my brand, to start my practice. So I launched Nomadista Nutrition, and initially was mostly seeing private clients. But I really wanted to do media work. I wanted to get out into the media to share my message more widely, to help more people. So I became an academy spokesperson. I'm no longer a spokesperson, but it was an incredible experience, which really set me up to do a lot more media work. And then that led to working with brands. So for the last 2 or 3 years, 2.5 years, that's become more and more of my focus. And now that's a really big part of what I do. And it's super fun. It's one of my favorite things. I really, really love it. It's amazing. It's amazing to see both kind of how, the back end of that works and the inner workings, and occasionally to even be able to help guide some of the messaging, or if it's a really early stage company, the formulation of, some of the new things that they're making.
Tell me about how when you're starting to work with a brand, what sort of goes through your mind when you're going to be in the media, whether it's on television media or print media, or even just doing your Instagram lives or whatever it might be, sort of what goes through your mind to be able to have that level of confidence? What's going on the back end?
Well, I'm not always super confident, but I try to project a lot of confidence.
I like that. That's really good, actually, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm actually I'm quite terrified of public speaking. It's a really big, it's something I've really had to overcome and really push myself to sort of face that fear and take it head on and figure out it's something I really want to do. And yet it's something that I'm still scared of and something I still struggle with sometimes. And it has gotten easier for sure. The more I've done it, the easier it has become. And there's a few really specific kind of conscious things I've done that have helped me tremendously.
Ooh, can you share those?
Yes. getting media training. Media training was part of the spokesperson program with the academy. So that's kind of where it started. But since I left the program, I've continued to get media training on my own. I have a media coach that
nice.
I work with. Sometimes if I'm doing like a live interview or like a live news story, I will do a session with her beforehand and we'll practice it. We'll go through the talking points, and that's been incredibly helpful. So I think it's like a very conscious decision that you have to make. It's like, yes, I'm terrified, but I'm going to figure this out and practice and do it anyway.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's great. That's super great advice. I mean, it goes for anything really, whether you're job interviewing or doing a media spokesperson event. It's the idea that, yes, I'm anxious and I'm nervous, but this is what I want to do. This is how I want to get ahead. And I'm just going to make this happen and compartmentalize and just move forward and getting help and practice. It sounds like, yeah, hugely important.
Yeah. Help, practice. And then, yeah, just really trying to put yourself out there and do it, even if it's super scary.
Right. Yeah, that sounds.
And once you start getting those a few wins, you get a few, whether it's interviews or whatever it is that go well, it just gives you that much more confidence.
That's it sort of propels you on to the next thing too. Yeah. So what advice would you give a new or even a seasoned dietitian who wants to get into the market of either working with brands or becoming a spokesperson or just becoming more savvy? Anything that you would recommend that they do?
Yes. Numerous things. The first one is to establish their own brand and their social media presence so that they can figure out what is their message, how do they want to present it. You can grow now with social media, you can create your own audience. You don't even have to, go out and get all these different media placements. You can create that for yourself. So that would be one thing. The other thing is to find mentors or, someone who has that experience who can guide you to join some kind of mastermind, get help, get training. Don't be afraid to seek that out and ask for it. Those would be the really big things.
Those are great. Those are really fantastic. The other question I have for you is, I noticed that some dietitians have some unique skills, whether they're good public speakers or they're super compassionate or they're really good, they're really good at cooking, and recipe development if they're in that area, or if they're just really interested in helping people. Or what skill would you say that you have that's made you super successful, and what might that be?
I think I have numerous skills. I really I have this very, very strong intention to make an impact and really help people. I mean, my motto, I don't know if you saw my motto or if you can read it, make a lot of money, help a lot of people. I was very frustrated early on in my career by the lack of recognition that dietitians have, it just in general, and the fact that we're just generally very underpaid. And yeah, I've been on a mission to change that and to kind of break some of those, ceilings, I guess, that I really feel like are prevalent in our field and our profession. And so I think just that desire to do something big and make it impact and really help people. That's what motivated me to start my practice, and now to be launching Minifish, which is this new food company that I've been working on for 3 years. So I think having that genuine desire and also being able to come up with original ideas and seeing gaps. Like I saw that there was this really big gap in the marketplace for a shelf-stable, sustainable, premium, delicious seafood snack. There's almost nothing like that. And something that's like modern and sexy and that tastes and looks amazing. So I think that's a skill or talent that I have.
Yeah. No, that's great. I think that's helpful. That's super helpful to people as well. And then you also have a book, Eat Your Vitamins.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I'm like, where is it? I should have it right here.
I'll put a screenshot up for it.
I have one of my best friend's books that just came out.
Yes, I got that one too.
My friend Ginger's book is like right next to me. Like that's
that one. Yeah.
Help her promote that too.
We'll get her. We'll get hers in there.
Yeah, we'll get it in there. My book came out earlier this year with Simon & Schuster, Eat Your Vitamins. It was this awesome opportunity and I'm really excited about it. It's been doing great. It's gotten great reviews. So yeah, that was amazing. That was like one of those things that, it was on the bucket list.
Yeah.
Opportunity came about and I'm so grateful for it.
Yeah. Well, I really love all of the words that you have for us and the work that you've done on behalf of our profession. I think that's really important to have dietitians out there showing all these new opportunities that are out there with skill sets that people might already organically have, and maybe ones that they can develop, those skills that they can develop to increase their potential, like you said, to help more people and make more money. It doesn't have to be a selfless effort to be a dietitian. It doesn't, one doesn't have to go without the other. So, being able to get your worth, get your value by doing good work, I think is a great message that you have for a lot of dietitians, again, both new dietitians and also seasoned dietitians. So Mascha, thank you so much. Anything else you want to add?
I don't think so.
I want to get some mini fish right now.
It's available for pre-order on
I saw
website,
that.
Which is minifish.co, minifish.co. So
awesome. Thank you, Mascha, so much.
Thank you.